Hello students, today we will discuss about the 7 commandments of the novel Animal Farms. ओके, एनिमल फार्म में जो 7 कमांडमेंट्स थे यानी कि प्रिंसिपल्स थे वो क्या क्या हैं. These commandments are so followed. After the revolt against Mr. Jones, the animals of the manor farm changed in the name of the farm and called it Animal Farm. The animals have their own ideology which they call animalism. The principles of animalism are reduced to 7 commandments which are painted on the terraced wall of the farmhouse. These commandments are as follows. First, whatever goes upon 2 legs is an enemy. क्या था, जो पिग थे स्नोबॉल और नेपोलियन, इन्होंने बोला था कि जो कमांडमेंट्स बनाए थे 7, उसमें फर्स्ट था कि जो कोई भी अपने 2 पैरों से चलेगा वो हमारा शत्रु होगा, यानी 2 टांगों वाला एनिमी होगा. वॉट एवर गोज अपॉन 4 legs और हैज विंग्स इज अ फ्रेंड. जिसके 4 legs होंगी वो हमारा फ्रेंड होगा. नो एनिमल शेल वियर क्लॉथ्स, कोई भी एनिमल कपड़े नहीं पहनेगा. नो एनिमल शेल स्लीप इन अ बेड, कोई भी जानवर बेड पर नहीं सोएगा. नो एनिमल शेल ड्रिंक एल्कोहल, और कोई भी ड्रिंक नहीं करेगा. नो एनिमल शेल किल एनी अदर एनिमल, कोई भी एनिमल दूसरे एनिमल को नहीं मारेगा. ऑल एनिमल्स आर इक्वल, सारे जानवर एक हैं. लेकिन ये जो कमांडमेंट्स हैं कुछ ही दिनों के थे, बाद में सारे पिग यही काम करने लगे. वो 2 पैरों पर चलने लगे थे, कपड़े पहनने लगे थे, बेड पर सोने लगे थे, ड्रिंक करने लगे थे, पार्टियाँ करने लगे थे. और वो अपने जो छोटे से उनके जो छोटे पशु होते थे, जानवर होते थे, उनके साथ बहुत ही बुरा बिहेव करने लगे थे पिग, क्योंकि सारा शासन उन्होंने अपने कर रखा था. ओके, ऑल दीज कमांडमेंट्स आर रिड्यूस्ड इनटू 1 कमांडमेंट. ऑल एनिमल्स आर इक्वल बट सम आर मोर इक्वल देन अदर्स. This shows how the leading class modify and change the principles of social welfare to serve their own interest. Animal Farm is a very entertaining animal fable. It shows animal as chief characters acting and speaking. Like human beings. Apparently, it seems to be a fairy tale meant for the entertainment of children, but it has a deeper meaning which does not delight the children. They are interested only in its surface meaning. They feel highly delighted on reading how a pig dominates the whole farm and other animals and birds. Their delight knows no bound when they come to know that the pigs love to drink alcohol, walk on their hind legs and play cards like human beings. But in fact that novel is not a simple narrative for children. It is satire on human greed and lust for power. Napoleon is a fierce Berkshire war. He is an intelligent pig who used his intelligence and literacy to establish his supremacy over other animals of the farm. He is afraid of the popularity of Snowball and so vanishes him with the help of his ferocious dogs. He even spreads rumors against him and places on his head the blame of toppling the windmill. He is a cruel dictator who changes these commandments to allow himself privileges. He has a lust for power and attains it through his tactics and Mechanicians, he is selfish, cruel, and inaccessible. He is truly responsible for the failure of animalism on the farm. His character is an allegory to Stalin, who set up a dictatorship in Russia after the Russian Revolution. George Orwell is one of the greatest novelists of the 20th century. Okay, his novel Animal Farm by George Orwell deals with the theme of animals' rebellion on an English farm known as Manor Farm. The old major of war holds a meeting in a big farm at midnight and inspires them to get rid of misery and slavery. The animals get united and drive out Mr. Jones, the owner of the farm. Two young boys, Napoleon and Snowball, become the leaders of the farm, and the farm is named as Animal Farm. Soon Napoleon forces Snowball to leave the farm and himself become the absolute ruler of the farm. He starts a reign of terror, injustice, and cruelty. The life of common animals becomes more miserable than what it was during Mr. Jones' time. The theme has political implication that power tends to corrupt and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The story contains a bitter satire on the failure of the Russian Revolution and the dictatorship of Stalin during post-revolution period. George Orwell's Animal Farm is an allegorical novel in which events and characters have double meaning. On a surface level, it is a book of entertainment, but in reality, it is serious political satire. It reflects events which took place in Soviet Union during the Russian Revolution of 1917. In Russia, the Bolsheviks came to power under the leadership of Turkey. They were later overthrown by the tyranny of Stalin. In Animal Farm also, the rebellion of animals brings no change in their condition. The idea, if an ideal society is made impossible by the corrupt and dictatorial behavior of leaders, the characters in the novel also represent the characters who were responsible for the failure of the Russian Revolution. For instance, Napoleon represents Stalin and Snowball is modeled after Turkey. Old Major is presented as Lenin and Karl Marx both. Animal Farm is very entertaining animal fable. It shows animal as chief characters acting and speaking like human beings. It seems to be fairy tale meant for the entertainment of children. They are interested only in its surface, not delight the children. They are interested only in its surface meaning. They feel highly delighted on reading how pig dominates the whole farm and other animals and birds. Their delight knows no bound when they come to know that the pigs love to drink alcohol, walk on their hind legs and play cards like human beings. But in fact, that novel is not a simple narrative for children. It is a satire on human greed and lust for power. The animals are very much impressed for his bravery and reformative zeal. After the Battle of Cowshed, his rival declared Animal hero first class. He is intelligent and pragmatic. He genuinely works for the good of animals on the farm and wins over most animals except pigs and dogs. But soon he falls a victim to the cruelty of the Napoleon, who fears his popularity. Snowball represents Leon, Turkey of Russia, who was treated with contempt by Stalin. Okay. After the revolt against Mr. Jones, the animals of the manor farm changed the name of the farm and call it Animal Farm. The animals have their own ideology which they call animalism. The principles of animalism are reduced to 7 commandments which are painted on the feared walls of the farmhouse. All these commandments are reduced into one commandment: all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others.